Frosty Review. A winter wonderland of love, laughter, and magic. Netflix's Hot Frosty is a festive romp that manages to shake up the standard holiday rom-com formula with a hefty dose of charm, humor, and unexpected twists. Directed by Jerry Sicurati and penned by Russell Heinlein, this heartwarming tale revolves around a grieving widow who gets an unconventional Christmas miracle: a snowman magically turned into a hunky, muscle-bound man. Starring Lacey Chabert, the queen of feel-good cinema, alongside Dustin Milligan as her icy yet irresistible romantic counterpart, the film blends magical realism, romantic whimsy, and moments of genuine emotional depth. From the very beginning, Hot Frosty sets the stage in the idyllic small town of Hope Springs, a winter wonderland straight out of a holiday postcard. Cinematography captures the snowy streets and charming homes, beautifully decked out in twinkling Christmas lights and wreaths. Yet, amidst all this Yuletide cheer, we meet Kathy, played by Chabert, a widow who has lost her way. Her life is in shambles, and this is reflected quite literally in the state of her home. Once a cozy and welcoming abode, it has fallen into disrepair: busted central heating, a sinkhole in the staircase, and a roof that leaks with every passing snowstorm. Her home mirrors the deep emotional void left by the death of her husband, a repairman who succumbed to cancer years before. Kathy's grief is palpable, but Hot Frosty doesn't dwell too long in sadness. Instead, it skillfully weaves her emotional journey into the lighthearted, magical atmosphere of the film. Kathy is not portrayed as a woman wallowing in despair, but rather as someone whose heart is frozen in time, unwilling or unable to move forward. She takes solace in running her small-town diner, the quirkily named Kathy's Cafe, where she serves regulars and strangers alike with a smile, even as her personal life remains in tatters. The diner becomes a symbol of her kindness and community spirit, but also of her reluctance to face her inner turmoil. As the holiday season approaches, Kathy's well-meaning friends make a symbolic gesture. They gift her a cozy red scarf, hoping it will bring some warmth and Christmas magic back into her life. In most holiday rom-coms, such an item might serve as a simple token of friendship, but in Hot Frosty, it is the catalyst for a chain of magical events that turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. In a moment of whimsical impulse, Kathy wraps the scarf around a lopsided snowman she's built in the town square. And this is where the film takes its most delightful turn. Late that night, as snowflakes swirl in the air and soft magical chimes tinkle in the background, the snowman magically transforms into a fully grown, extremely attractive man named Jack Dustin Milligan who, quite comically, is entirely naked. The premise, while absurd, is handled with a delightful balance of humor and holiday cheer. Jack is not just any man, he is the physical embodiment of what would happen if a snowman came to life and had the body of a model. His six-pack abs, chiseled jawline, and wide-eyed innocence make him an instant heartthrob, not just for Kathy, but for nearly every woman in town. The film plays up the comedic potential of Jack's fish-out-of-water situation. He's a snowman come to life, so naturally, he struggles with the basics of human existence. Wearing clothes, for instance, proves to be a challenge, as Jack quickly learns that his body temperature rises too much when he's covered. This leads to some hilariously awkward situations, as Jack frequently finds himself inappropriately shirtless, much to the delight and sometimes horror of the town's residents. In one memorable scene, Jack streaks through the town square, leaving a group of elderly citizens scandalized, and later, a love-struck woman nearly drives her car into a lamppost after catching sight of his bare chest. Yet despite these comedic moments, Hot Frosty never loses sight of its emotional core. Kathy, though initially baffled by Jack's sudden appearance, feels a sense of responsibility for him. After all, it was her scarf that brought him to life. She reluctantly allows him to stay in her home, which soon becomes a focal point for their growing connection. Their relationship begins with a mix of confusion and curiosity, but as the days go by, it deepens into something far more meaningful. Jack, for all his physical perfection, is more than just a pretty face or, in this case, a sculpted snowman come to life. Milligan's portrayal of Jack adds layers to what could have been a one-dimensional character. His naivety and childlike wonder at the world around him create a sense of innocence that contrasts beautifully with his imposing physical presence. Jack's lack of understanding about human customs, particularly the nuances of romance, allows for some endearing and often hilarious moments. But underneath the humor, there's a tenderness to Jack that makes him more than just the object of Kathy's affection. He is, in many ways, a mirror to Kathy's own journey. Just as Jack is struggling to maintain his cool, quite literally, Kathy is struggling to keep her emotions locked away. The central tension of the film comes from the ticking clock of Jack's existence. He can't stay warm for too long without risking his life. His snowman essence demands that he remain cold, and this becomes a metaphor for Kathy's own emotional state. As their relationship develops, Kathy is faced with the difficult choice of whether to allow herself to fall for Jack, knowing that their time together is limited. Jack, on the other hand, must grapple with his own mortality, understanding that his days as a human are numbered unless he stays cold. Their romance is sweetly developed. What begins as a series of comedic misunderstandings gradually evolves into a genuine connection, as Kathy and Jack help each other heal from their respective pains. Jack brings joy, warmth, and laughter back into Kathy's life, while Kathy teaches Jack about love and loss. The film's clever use of magical realism allows these deeper themes to unfold naturally within the narrative, giving the audience moments of reflection amid the holiday cheer. The supporting cast adds additional layers of humor and warmth to the film. Joe Lo Truglio as Deputy Schatz and Craig Robinson as Sheriff Hunter provide comic relief as the bumbling local law enforcement who are both intrigued and befuddled by Jack's mysterious appearance. Robinson's performance, in particular, shines in a scene where he mistakenly interprets Jack's simple wordplay as metaphorical wisdom, adding a layer of absurdity to the proceedings. Katie Mixon Greer, while slightly underused as Dr. Dottie, plays her role as Kathy's friend with a warm presence that enhances the film's sense of community. One of the standout features of Hot Frosty is its clever references to other Netflix holiday films, creating an interconnected world that fans of the Netflix Holiday Cinematic Universe (NHCU) will relish. The film offers subtle nods to The Christmas Prince and Single All the Way, delighting viewers with its playful self-awareness. One of the most humorous moments comes when Chabert's Kathy makes a meta-reference to her former Mean Girls co-star Lindsay Lohan, who appeared in Netflix's Falling for Christmas, in a witty moment that fans of both actresses will surely appreciate. Visually, the film is a treat for the eyes. The town of Hope Springs is transformed into a holiday wonderland, with snow-covered streets, charming homes, and the twinkling lights that evoke the spirit of Christmas. The cinematography captures both the beauty of winter and the warmth of the relationships that develop within the community. The soundtrack, which features music from Coldplay, perfectly complements the film's emotional beats, adding an extra layer of sentimentality without feeling overly saccharine. Ultimately, Hot Frosty is a film that wears its heart on its sleeve. Beneath its quirky, magical premise lies a story about healing, love, and the courage to move forward. Kathy's journey from grief to acceptance is mirrored by Jack's own fight to stay alive, creating a narrative that is as touching as it is humorous. The film's message is simple but powerful. Sometimes, the things that seem impossible or out of reach can lead to the most beautiful transformations. For those looking for a holiday film that combines laugh-out-loud humor with heartfelt moments, Hot Frosty delivers in spades. It's a fun, whimsical escape that offers plenty of festive cheer, romance, and just the right amount of magic to warm even the coldest of hearts. So, grab a cozy blanket, a cup of hot cocoa, and settle in for a delightful holiday treat that will leave you smiling long after the credits roll.